BGMC. The biblical truth lives here.
We are living in a time like no other in history, but fortunately for us, God wrote it all down in His prophecies. Find out what prophecies happened this week ripped straight from the headlines. Stay tuned for the Prophecy Headlines news show on the Remnant's Call.
Let's get ready for the Remnant's Call. Endtime prophecy news. Everybody. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Amén.
Going on to the first news story about Israel.
La primera noticia desde Israel.
Okay, Happy New Year.
Feliz Año Nuevo.
This is going to be an interesting year, everybody.
Este será un año muy interesante,
But
señores.
something that is very interesting that is going on in the land,
Algo muy interesante que se está desarrollando, sucediendo en la tierra de Israel,
especially in the Messianic community.
especialmente en la comunidad mesiánica.
They're starting to get away from the rabbis' teaching.
Están empezando a alejarse de las enseñanzas de los rabinos.
They're proclaiming the real New Year happened.
Están proclamando que llegó el año nuevo bíblico.
Okay, now let's go on to the next slide, because it was the New Year. We have a new government in Israel,
Tenemos un nuevo gobierno en Israel.
which is very interesting.
Eso es muy interesante.
Netanyahu is still the prime minister,
Netanyahu sigue siendo el primer ministro.
but get ready, everybody.
Pero prepárense.
This government has stopped Shabbat in Israel.
Este gobierno ha detenido el Shabbat en Israel.
God is not happy with that.
El Señor no está contento con todo esto.
You know, we got to stay at home. No, we don't.
Tenemos que quedarnos en casa. No, no tenemos que hacer.
We got to trust our God.
Tienes que confiar en nuestro Dios.
And when the government of Israel says, don't do Shabbat,
Y cuando el gobierno de Israel diga no observen el Shabbat,
they might want to read the book of Jeremiah.
quizás querrán leer al profeta Jeremías.
And they might want to pick up the New Testament, the Brit Hadashah, and read in Revelation.
Y quizás querrán leer en el nuevo pacto el libro de Apocalipsis.
Let's go on to the next slide.
Siguiente página.
But immigrants, Jews are going back and making aliyah still to the land.
Los judíos inmigrantes están yendo a la tierra de Israel actualmente y aún siguen haciendo aliyah.
See, a lot of these people are going back home to Israel knowing the prophecy.
Muchas de esas personas que están regresando a la tierra de Israel conocen la profecía.
Because they're being persecuted in the countries that they're coming from.
Ellos están bajo persecución en aquellos países de los cuales ellos están saliendo.
And now they go to Israel.
Y ahora se van a Israel.
And they're stopping the Shabbat in Israel.
Y ahora en Israel están deteniendo el Shabbat.
Get ready, people. This year is going to be one bad year.
Prepárense, este año va a ser uno muy malo.
So that's why we got to keep doing our job even better.
Por eso es que tenemos que desempeñar nuestro papel, hacer nuestro trabajo aún mejor.
Going on to no anti-Semitism stories.
No hay noticias de antisemitismo.
Let's get to the end time prophecy stuff. John 17 verse 14, Yeshua said you're going to be hated for following him.
En Juan 17:14, Yeshua dijo que íbamos a ser odiados por su causa o por seguirlo.
Please pay attention to the news.
Por favor, préstenle atención a las noticias.
Okay. In Texas,
En el estado de Texas,
Texas has some good parts and some bad parts.
ese estado tiene unas áreas buenas y otras que no son muy buenas.
See, the way that America works, for those that are new here,
La forma en que funciona Estados Unidos para aquellos que son nuevos.
the federal government is the lowest in the understanding.
El gobierno federal es el más bajo en entendimiento.
The state is above the federal.
El estado está sobre encima del federal.
The county is above the state.
Y el condado está por encima del estado.
And the town is above the county.
Y la ciudad está por encima del condado.
So in a couple of counties in Texas,
Cuando un buen grupo de condados en Texas,
the county executive said everybody can go to work.
el líder de ese condado les dijo, todos pueden regresar a trabajar.
Every business in Texas is important.
Todos los negocios en Texas son importantes.
So this is what we need, people standing up for truth.
Eso es lo que necesitamos, personas francas que se paren firmes por la verdad.
Or we all need to move to Texas.
O no tenemos que mudar para Texas.
Going on to next slide. The mark of the beast.
La marca de la bestia.
This is what this whole thing is all about, everybody.
De eso se trata todo este evento que está sucediendo.
In the Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 and 17.
En Apocalipsis 13, del 16 hasta el 17.
Pay attention to this story.
Préstenle atención a esta
Let's go to the story, and I'm
historia.
going to explain it.
El rabino la va a explicar.
See, what the governments of many countries that are listed right there on this news,
Lo que están haciendo los gobiernos de todas estas naciones que están ahí enlistadas en esta noticia.
what the American government is doing right now in many other countries,
Lo que el gobierno americano está haciendo ahora mismo y muchas otras naciones.
is they're tracking you by your phone.
Te están rastreando por medio de tu teléfono.
In America, that is illegal,
En Estados Unidos eso es ilegal.
but they'll say that it's an emergency.
Pero ellos van a decir se trata de una emergencia.
Israel is doing it to all their citizens, and it is illegal.
Israel también está haciendo esto con todos sus ciudadanos y esto es ilegal.
Because they'll see that you're this close to somebody
Porque ellos van a notar que tú estás bien cerca de otra persona.
by your phone.
Lo van a hacer por medio de tu teléfono.
And if that other person has corona
Y
and a Lyme,
si esa otra persona tiene el coronavirus,
they will then quarantine you, and you'll say, how did they know that?
te van a aislar a ti y tú te vas a decir cómo es que ellos saben esa información.
They're tracking you by your phone.
Te están rastreando por medio de tu
This
teléfono.
is the first part of Mark of the Beast.
Esa es la primera parte de la marca de la bestia.
So if you don't want to be tracked, turn your phone off.
Si no quiere que te rastreen, apaga tu teléfono.
Take your battery out.
Sácale la batería.
And like I said, get the shortwave radios so that you can communicate with one another.
Cómprate un radio de ondas bajas para que puedas comunicarte.
Maybe we'll even start teaching a class on shortwave radio.
Van a empezar a dar unas clases de estos radios de frecuencia baja.
But this is what they're doing.
Ondas.
Why do the world governments want to do this, and this is really not an epidemic?
Porque el gobierno mundial quiere hacer esto si esto realmente no es una epidemia.
This is all a very ingenious plan.
Ese es un plan ingenioso.
Going on to the next news story. Sickness. In Deuteronomy 28, verse 22, the Lord said he's going to send sickness.
Enfermedades. En Deuteronomio 28:22 el Señor dijo que iba a enviar enfermedades.
Let's go to the news story.
Vamos a la noticia.
This is why you know this is all a lie about what's happening.
Por eso es que tú reconoces que todo lo que está sucediendo es una gran mentira.
We have a cure for this flu,
Tenemos una cura para esta gripe.
but the New York governor,
Pero el gobernador del estado de New York,
Fredo Cuomo,
Fredo Cuomo,
is not a doctor,
él no es un doctor.
nor is the Nevada Democrat governor.
Tampoco el gobernador democrático de Nevada.
But they signed an executive order to stop hydrochloroquine.
Sí, pero firmaron una orden ejecutiva para detener el tratamiento con hydrochloroquine.
This is a malaria drug.
Es un medicamento para la malaria.
It has been around since 1950.
Ha estado aquí desde 1950.
The French put this drug together with zinc,
Los franceses mezclaron este farmacéutico con zinc, ¿no?
and 100% of the patients that had the coronavirus all got better.
Y un porcentaje de 100% de los que estaban afectados con el coronavirus se mejoraron con ese medicamento.
Let me say that again.
Lo va a repetir.
100% of all the patients.
Un 100% de todos los pacientes.
In New York State, a doctor treated 300 people with the coronavirus.
En el estado de New York, los doctores trataron a pacientes con el coronavirus.
100% got better.
Un 100% de ellos se mejoró con ese tratamiento.
Why would you lie, Fredo?
¿Por qué mentirías tú, Cuomo? Fredo,
Why would
Cuomo.
you lie, Stephen?
Fredo.
Fredo, I'm calling him a very bad name.
Es un nombre.
It's from The Godfather.
derogativo,
Fredo was the idiot's son.
Eso viene de la película El Padrino, que era el hijo insensato, un idiota.
We
Fredo.
have a cure for this flu.
Tenemos una cura para esa influenza gripe.
It has been 100% successful.
Ha tenido éxito a un 100%.
And they're saying we haven't tested it.
Y ellos están diciendo que no la han tratado, que no la han probado.
It's been around since 1950, guys.
Ha estado aquí desde los 50.
I took it when I went overseas to Africa.
Él se la puso cuando fue de viaje de misiones a África.
Yeah, it's a game, everybody.
Sí, todo esto es un juego.
That's why we have to, the body of Messiah needs to rise.
Por eso es que el cuerpo del Mesías tiene que levantarse.
We need to take over the government.
Debemos tomar los gobiernos.
We need to elect people, men and women of God who are fearful and follow Yeshua and keep the commandments.
Tenemos que dejar ahí a personas, hombres y mujeres temerosas del Señor que guarden los mandamientos.
We need to raise up people that will follow God first.
Poner a personas en poder que sigan a Dios primero.
Going on to the next news story. In the Netherlands, in Sweden, and in Denmark,
En Netherlands, los Países Bajos. En Holanda, en los Países Bajos.
they stopped the quarantine.
Detuvieron el
They said,
aislamiento.
everybody go out.
Le dijeron salgan a todos.
Because if you study the Spanish flu,
Porque si tú estudias la fiebre española,
in the Spanish flu,
en esa fiebre española,
it came here to America.
vino aquí a Estados Unidos.
And in Philadelphia, they didn't quarantine anybody.
Y en Filadelfia no aislaron a nadie.
And a lot of people died real fast.
Y muchos murieron rápidamente.
Okay? Let's say 1,000 people died. I don't know how many people died. 1,000 died.
Vamos a suponer que murieron unos 1000. Él no sabe el número.
What, Darren? 13,000?
13,000 dice en
And they
Filadelfia.
died real quick.
Y murieron rápidamente.
And then it was over.
Y se terminó, se fue.
In St. Louis, they quarantined everybody.
En San Luis aislaron a todo el pueblo.
So people died slowly, so 13,000 died in St. Louis.
Algunos mueren lentamente, murieron unos de 13,000.
But it took a longer period of time.
Tomó un periodo de tiempo más largo.
So the Netherlands said, you know what, let's let everybody out. Let's get this over with.
En los Países Bajos, en Holanda, dejaron salir a todo el pueblo a las calles.
The thought is this.
El pensamiento es este.
Don't use up all your resources.
No utilicen todos sus recursos.
If you're going to die, you're going to die.
Si vas a morir, morirás.
Okay? So those countries have let everybody out.
Esos países sacaron a todo el pueblo de cuarentena.
And their death rate went way down.
Y el número de muertos descendió. De
Going on to
muertes.
the next slide. War.
Guerras.
Yeshua said, when you hear wars and rumors of wars,
Y Yeshua dijo, cuando escuches de guerra y de rumores de guerra,
final story. Countries are beginning to hoard food.
los países están empezando a acumular desmedidamente alimentos.
Countries will go to war over no food.
Los países irán a la guerra por escasez de alimentos.
So you're seeing a very big plan by the devil.
Estás viendo ahí algo que fue bien planeado, un gran plan de parte del enemigo, del diablo.
But in today's lesson, we're going to learn why and what we need to do as the body of Messiah.
En la lección de este día vamos a aprender el porqué y lo que debemos de hacer como cuerpo del Mesías.
That's enough news. If you're out there were a lot of people out there.
Si estás allá afuera y hubo muchos afuera,
I know you're not working, but still send 5 shekels.
el rabino sabe que no estás trabajando, pero envía 5 pesos,
Five pesos.
lo que sea.
And if you're in America, $5.
$5 si te encuentras en
Okay.
Estados Unidos.
All right.
Shalom. My name is Messianic Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman, and I invite you to come to visit our congregation. If you are in the tri-state area, come out and visit with us on Shabbat. We are a congregation of Jews and Gentiles, living as one in the Messiah Yeshua. BGMC is a place of true worship. The focus never wanders from the Hebraic roots of our faith. Beth Goyim is rooted in the Word of God from Bereshit through to the book of Revelation. Messiah's strong words against man-made tradition are carefully recorded in Matthew 7. That is the reason we only follow the straight-up instructions found in Scripture. Truly, the way, the truth, and the life. If you're looking for a deeper walk with Adonai, come out for our Tuesday evening Bible study called Messianic Torah Time. Come, spend a day with us on any Shabbat. We start at 11 a.m. with the sound of the ancient Hebrew shofar. Next, we offer our King praise and worship in English, Hebrew, and Spanish. After worship, we review the headlines in the previous week's news from around the globe, especially news from the Holy Land, Israel. We don't just list the news headlines as current events. but we comb through the scriptures, searching for clues to understand what they mean and then to help pinpoint prophetically our current position on Adonai's clock. After digesting all that modern information, we leave the world behind as we journey with our Adonai deep into his eternal word, not with just 1 or 2 scriptures, but usually 7 or more scriptures. The spiritual nourishment and the richness of his kingdom become accessible to the ones who share this special time and seek them out. The day does not end there. Because Shabbat is so special to him, there is always so much more that our King desires to share. So instead of separating and leaving, we stay together as a family for potluck lunch and an afternoon study of our King's Word. We close the Shabbat together with the reading of the new week's parashah. That's the Torah portion. Even after those blessings, many of us just can't get enough. So the members bring prepared homemade foods to share while we all enjoy an uplifting movie together. If all that information is not quite enough, you can check out our website where you will find over 200 video teachings and biblical holy day studies. Under Messianic Torah Time, the Hebrew Roots button, you'll discover free studies on many, many different topics, including PowerPoint slide presentations. If Beth Goyim sounds like a place you'd love to visit, but you live outside the tri-state area, there is still a way to connect with us. We stream live on the internet on Tuesday, Thursday, and Shabbat. The website is www.bethgoyim.org. That's BETHGOYIM.org. Our phone number is 973-338-7800 or 978-2-YESHUA. That's 978, the number 2, Yeshua. Shalom.